Someone tell me the NBA isn't the best sport. We're going to watch this highlight together. And this game, all right, the Brooklyn Nets, I just don't get it. They're up by like 8 with a minute left. They somehow blow this lead. Kyrie goes into the lane. Beautiful ball fake. Misses that. All right, this isn't even the most ridiculous part. James Harden decks him. That's a foul. This guy stands up, shoots it, and makes it. I mean, this whole sequence of events is actually unbelievable. Let's just start with this move. This is beautiful. He just broke 3 players. And not only, he's going to get this 4th guy. Bam. Goodbye. Wide open lane. There's absolutely no way he should ever miss this shot. He's Kyrie Irving. Misses. All right. Now, next part of this play. James Harden. No, this is not a charge. This is a blocking foul. Nothing gets called. DeJounte Murray literally falls to the ground. I don't know how there's not a call here. Looks for the ball. His knee hits it down there. Bounces it perfectly to him. He looks up and then just shoots it. 0.3 seconds left. Gets it off. And it just somehow goes in. They go to overtime. Absolutely the most bizarre sequence of events I've ever seen to end a game. And of course, it's with my Brooklyn Nets. Like, of course it is. Just like Pop drew it up. That is exactly how Greg Popovich drew the play up. This is why he's the coaching GOAT. That was actually Pop in the DeJounte Murray costume. Jesus, I'm not going to say that. This is why you don't take timeouts. Nets defense was all over the place and not set. And we're pretty lucky that Murray bumped into Harden. You joke, but it's true. I mean, I just think that the game was just kind of like hectic enough where it was like you kind of just can't call a timeout. You just let them play. Did they even have any timeouts? They literally had 2 timeouts. They didn't use either of them. That's unbelievable. That is actually unbelievable. I didn't even realize that. Liquid pop slut always draws up the play for the best shot. I don't even want to know what that means. You cannot say pop but forget the smoke. What a wild shot. No celebration after 2. A true Spur. That's true. That's the most Spurs thing to do. Make that shot and then just like walk away. Be like, okay, that's it. Like, what's next? Because think about it. What is next? He fell in the draft. Talking about DeJounte Murray. Concerns. He's been such a great guy to have on the team. He's a great defender. He's a great playmaker. He's a great leader. He's a good player. Joining Military City. That was insane. It was. Why didn't the Spurs foul Kyrie initially? Yeah, we should want to try. Because they probably would just take the timeout if he made the shot then. Yeah, quite literally wide open. It made no sense that he missed that shot. All right, so Atlanta fired their coach, and this was like beyond the correct move. Nate McMillan is inevitable, and that's exactly who they actually hired, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, how is Luke Walton still a coach? Scott Brooks, it makes sense. I explained it yesterday. Scott Brooks deserves to be a coach because of Russell Westbrook. It's the only reason he's a coach. Luke Walton, I don't know. I don't know why Luke Walton's a coach. But you generally can't lose a lot of games in your franchise player sport. True. That is, very true. And basically that's what happened in not just Atlanta, but in Minnesota. So the Kings don't have a franchise. That's not true. Halliburton and Fox are nice. Don't disrespect Fox and Halliburton. That's not what this thread's for. Incoming Atlanta signs Toronto Raptors coaching staff member. Literally exactly why they got Nate McMillan. Dude, Nate McMillan, why was he just not the coach? I'm thinking about it right now. And, he's a way better coach. He actually has a real resume. This dude, Greg Lloyd, he didn't do anything. He was an assistant. They brought him to develop players. We can argue if he actually even did a good job at developing their players, honestly. My opinion, no. So I don't even know what he was doing here. Nate McMillan, way better coach. Was he really that bad? Yes. No. He was that bad. His rotations were terrible. His team didn't play defense. They didn't box out until Capella. Capella's the only person that gets rebounds. John Collins and Trae Young have some kind of chemistry issue, which I blame on the coach then. Your players are having chemistry issues. That's a coaching problem. All right, Jokic throws it down through the contact. You got to watch the Jokic when he dunks. How do you not watch a Jokic dunk? Let's see. Gets it. It's amazing how a regular dunk for this guy, it's the biggest thing ever. This guy doesn't dunk. I can't even. Wait a minute. What? I'm downplaying what just happened. He got a poster. Nikola Jokic got a poster. That's insane. I don't even care if it was on Patrick Williams. Let's see what the comments say. Yeah, honestly, I didn't even have a crazy reaction because I didn't even realize what had happened. He put someone on a poster. He did it twice? Is there a highlight for the other one? There was an all-star caliber center who hadn't yet added dunking to his game. MVP caliber center, true. He's killing us right now. Too big, too strong, too fast, too good. Too good of a passer, too. His best asset will always be his passing. I can't wait for 76ers versus Nuggets. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. He's not saying in the finals. 31st of March. He's saying in a regular game. I'm saying, imagine the finals between those teams. Oh my God. No one would be ready for that. The battle of the big men in 2021? That'd be crazy. All right, post-game thread. The Pelicans beat the Jazz. We finally strung together 3.5 great quarters. This team is oozing with potential. And then you know exactly what happens at the end of the game. They blow the lead. I'm not even kidding. They were up by like 6 with a minute left, and they somehow blow this lead. It's a 1-point game. Makes no sense. Makes no sense how they even blew the lead. He wasn't even behind the 3-point line. And this is exactly what Conley did. Maybe they'll show the highlight later. He jumps. They gets the guy to jump, and then he goes for the foul. Doesn't get it. That was their last shot. Their last shot was Mike Conley trying to get a foul. That's where basketball is at these days. They needed 3, and they went for a foul. They could have taken a quick 2. They couldn't tag on screens to free Mitchell. A quick 2 would have worked too. I mean, he should have tried to make the shot instead of going for the foul. Like, I understand why he did it, because they'll call it. But, dude, the best basketball play is not going for a foul. I don't care. No one's going to convince me that it is. The Pelicans went up 130 on the third best defense while only attempted 11 threes. Wow. 1990s basketball just beat the best team in the league. Is it 1990s basketball, though? I mean, it's this Zion Williamson being huge. How many did he drop, actually? He only had 26. Ingram with 26. Lonzo with 23. Oh, they're good if he's going to put up 20 every night. They're really good if he can put up. Really happy with the players he's becoming. Look at that. The comment, just exactly what I was talking about. Jumpshot does look a million trillion times better. 46% from 3 last month. Maybe it is. Maybe the sibling rivalry is why Lonzo's playing now. Like, think about it. It's not that he was... Okay, this comment. Zoe's been good before his brother was drafted. He could just never stay healthy. He could never stay consistent. He started the season a little slow and then started finding his rhythm. That's true, and then he would get hurt. And his injury would cause him to miss an off-season of work. I like Lonzo Ball. I do. I would just say that he wasn't consistent. Maybe we can... I can chop it up to injuries, though. I can say because of the injuries, he wasn't consistent. We'll see. We'll see as a Pelican where this goes and if he plays there next year. The Jazz with 43 threes, taking the Pelicans 11. And that's crazy because the Pelicans literally shoot like the most threes in the NBA. And they're like reversing their game plan now. Interesting by Van Gundy. Wow, here is a great quote. Joel Embiid on playing against Myles Turners. I say this respectfully, that's a matchup I've dominated since I got to the league. And he is a good player, and Embiid should have a lot of respect for him. No disrespect, but there's no way he can guard Joel Embiid. No disrespect, but there's not a player in the Eastern Conference capable of guarding Joel Embiid. There's not one. I'm going through the players right now, and I'm thinking maybe if you put 3 people in the paint like the Raptors do, you might be able to stop him. But right now, in my opinion, besides Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid is the best player in the East. Right? Like, Joel Embiid, he's literally doing things we haven't seen ever, if you think about it. The way he plays basketball is absolutely insane. If you watched last night's game, you would know. He's like pulling up from 3. He's making his mid-range shot. He literally looks like a 7'3", like, I don't even know what to explain. Like, Olajuwon. It really is like if Olajuwon played in the modern day and he was like quicker. Because the thing is, Joel Embiid's like quick. Like, you wouldn't even notice, but he's so big that he can cover so much ground. He has averaged 28, 12, 3, 1, and 2 in 10 games versus Turner. Wow. Like it's just hard to guard Joel Embiid. But definitely not respect. I think it was respectful. It's basically, I'm not even gonna. This man is a bona fide scrub. I say this respectfully. Honestly, I thought if it was Drummond, he can't stand Drummond, bro. If it was Drummond, he would have gone right after him. He can't stand him, bro. That Embiid was scaring of playing Myles Turner? No. No, that couldn't be farther from the truth. If Embiid goes for less than 30 points in 15, it's a win. Myles doesn't even play defense. He's not big enough. Joel Embiid is like, what, 7'1", 7'2", 280? Myles Turner, he's 7 foot, 240, I want to say. It's just not going to be a fun day at the office for him, ever, when he plays Joel Embiid. I'll set up this post-game thread now for the Nets-Spurs game after watching what happened earlier. I don't feel bad losing to the best player in the league, Bruce Brown. This guy, Bruce Brown, he literally made the game-winning plays at the end of the game. Like, because of the way they play basketball, so Harden stands at the top of the key, gets double-teamed, gives it to Bruce Brown on the wing. Bruce Brown drives in, kicks it to the corner. Kyrie Irving standing wide open for three. Beautiful basketball, and they pretty much won the game by just giving Bruce Brown the ball. Harden with 30, 14, 15, 2, 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers. This guy, James Harden, he's playing like one of the best basketball players in the world. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He deserves MVP votes this year. Kevin Durant literally has not been playing like for a while now. Like, it's getting to the point where we have to talk about what James Harden and Kyrie Irving are doing. Harden with Kyrie can get you to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's just be real. Harden and Kyrie are a duo. Once you add Kevin Durant, yeah, he's the Finals MVP. The regular season MVP of this team is no question James Harden. Not only is he putting up these numbers, you can't even see how good his defense is. His defense has improved. Everyone will always trash this dude for his defense, but he tries. He really gives it his all on both ends of the floor, and he knows what it takes to win basketball games. He knows. Like, James Harden, one of my favorite players. That's all I can say. And I want Harden to redeem his finals appearance so damn bad. So, not only his finals appearance, but last year, what happened in that awful series against the Lakers. He needs to redeem himself for that, too. Because that was terrible. People will look back at James Harden's stats, and they're going to say that the fact he only has one MVP is absurd, bro. What he has done in the last 5 years, if LeBron James were to do what he did, LeBron James would have won the last 5 MVPs. Literally, he would have won the last 5. It would have been almost impossible to not give LeBron James the MVPs with what James Harden was doing these last, 4 or 5 years. The guy has literally been playing out of this world. And no one even talks about him because dribble man bad, doesn't play defense. It's all you ever hear about this dude, and it's so frustrating. Oh, Nicholas Claxton. Didn't even have to talk about this guy who had a great game last night. I mean, again, it's the Spurs who literally don't have a big man, and LaMarcus Aldridge, that guy doesn't know how to play basketball, but whatever. This guy looks like he can be a decent center. Crazy good stuff from Harden today. Yep, Bruce Brown is a god elite role player. He just knows his role. When a player knows their role, the game just becomes easier to them. It doesn't really matter who you are. When you're playing with James Harden and Kyrie Irving, and they tell you, listen, we're going to make it easy for you. All you have to do, stand still and shoot threes, okay? And when you're not open, run straight. When you get the ball, dribble, run straight. There's not going to be anyone in the paint to stop you, so just run straight. And maybe someone will double and you can kick out. If not, just throw it up. There's no one in the paint. There's not going to be anyone in the paint, so. Pop pulled his starters in overtime? I don't remember that happening. Did he really? Really? Same trap on Harden at the key of the trap is what made them lose the game. I guess maybe because they weren't running it correctly. I don't remember him pulling them. Really? Why can I not remember that happening? Yo, Carmelo on people calling LaMelo Mello. LaMelo is going to be in the league for a long time. Might as well use it. For me, it's an honor. LaMelo going 3 to the dome. I embraced it. I blessed him. He can do it. I love it. We go from Melo to Melo, and I love both Melos. Then you have Shaq throwing his fit over a superhero nickname 12 years ago. Why do we got to bring up Shaq in this? Why can't we talk about Carmelo Anthony and how good his career's been? If Melo has Melo's blessing, let Melo keep doing his thing. Let Melo be Melo. Couldn't agree more. It's pretty obvious to tell which Melo someone is talking about, given the context of the conversation. They both have Melo in their names. It makes sense. I'm just no one's talking about Carmelo. Portland Melo is the best Carmelo. No question about it. Here is a highlight that if we don't watch, I'm not even a basketball guy. Look at this. Luka, step back. He did this earlier in the game too. How do you stop this move? Run it back. All right. Bam. Bam. All right. So you think I'm going straight to the baseline. This guy's literally already helping because he thinks it's coming. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through my legs, step it back, and make this. I'm literally been playing in the NBA for 10 years. Step back, oh my. That is James Harden-esque. Only way I can put it. That is a James Harden-esque move right there. You will not see any other player doing this. I mean, this is a 21-year-old. But people are just going to diminish it, yo. Like, this is not unbelievable. He does it all the time, too. This dude turned 22 yesterday. I'm sorry. Not 21. He's 22. What could have been said here to earn negative 103 downvotes? Can't wait to keep hearing about it. You haven't heard of it before, actually, because he's 22 now. His three-point shooting has been money lately. Yeah, he's been better, but I mean, the problem is he just takes such hard shots that, like, his percentages are never going to reflect what he truly is, a decent three-point shooter. He just takes such hard shots. Just a reminder, Luka is shooting these kinds of shots, plus half-court buzzers every game. Wow, it's over 40%. Wow, I didn't even know that. I thought his percentage would be like low 30s, like 33, 34. Almost over 40 is insane for him. The Luka dance is something different. I feel like the only threes he hits are step backs. 100% because he always has the ball in his hands. They don't really use another playmaker, and when they do, he's usually not on the court. All right, so here's something that probably no one's going to talk about. Colin Sexton. I know they played the Rockets. I know the Rockets are the worst team in the league, but let's give some props to Colin Sexton, who is just a straight bucket. This guy, he can play basketball. I want him on my team any day of the week. This dude never stops fighting on every possession. I love it too, yo. He's used to playing 3v5. If you haven't seen that, just get off my video right now. Go watch Colin Sexton. Literally, he played a college basketball game. 3 people versus 5. I'm not even kidding. I'm literally not even kidding. He played with 3 people on the court, and they almost won. And when you saw that, you should have been like, all right, I'm picking this guy. I'm picking this guy. His heart is unmatched. Rudy Gobert knocks down the long mid-range jumper. What? That is a college 3, but what is this jumper? It's because he's big. Again, you remember with big men, bro, like, they're just going to have form like this. It's unbelievable when you think about Joel Embiid and his form and how beautiful it is. Look at this dude shooting the basketball. Are you serious with this form? Someone mention the form in the comments, please. But he didn't even shoot a 3. It was a college 3. If Gobert could make threes, the league would actually be kind of screwed, dude. Which makes Utah kind of easy to defend is the fact that Gobert can't shoot. He just sits in the paint. You can literally double when they drive the paint. But then, of course, they make threes. First shot outside the paint all season. Wow. Rudy out here just seeing if he can break the lead. He ties it. He had a 20-foot jumper against the Spurs in 2018. He really should try to shoot the ball, but he's literally terrible. Like, he's terrible. He's literally terrible at shooting. You would never want him shooting the basketball. He's never going... Who typed this out? I know it's a joke, but, like, I read it at first, and I really thought that someone believed this. Oh, my God. My head, sometimes it just hurts. And last but certainly not least, we finally get the Melo highlight. I mean, I haven't seen one. The guy dropped 30, and we don't get anyone talking about it? I'm going to talk about it, obviously. Beautiful shot here. It's just a beautiful shot. And then ready? 3 to the dome. There's nothing better than that celebration. This guy will always be my favorite player. I love him, man. 19 comments. What is with the Melo disrespect, yo? I love this guy. Directing his team to push up just so he can pull up and splash it himself. Old head Melo balling out versus the Melo. You absolutely love... Last night's game was just great, man. You actually just love to see last night's game. There can only be one as he splashed that day. Still, I will never believe that they actually tried to get this man out of the league. Why? Why would people not want him on your team? He gives you 15, 20 points a night. You don't need that? Off your bench? Stop. Oubre or Melo's jumper? Melo has the most beautiful jumper. One of the most beautiful jumpers I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, there's this one I could talk about too, but I'm going to end it with Melo because I wanted to end it with Melo. And it was just disappointing. No Melo, but I think overall we had a great night in the NBA again. I mean, the NBA has just been like killing it recently. I feel like every night's had so many games on they're either so close. The blowouts obviously suck, but they're just going to happen. But we get games like tonight where you just have like 4 or 5 close-ass games, and then, you have all this stuff to look at. And it's just a great night of basketball, great night in the league. The entertainment factor, it's there. Obviously need to do to fix a lot of things, which I could go over in its own right, but I'm just so excited for another night of basketball. This sport is getting so good, and we have the All-Star Weekend coming up. Literally, what could be better?